Okay. Okay, well, we gotta.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Good morning, good morning.
Hey Stanley, how are you?
Hey, Miss Martin, how you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. That's good to hear. Thank you for joining and everything. Sierra should be joining shortly. Let's see. Mr. Mr. Vick, how you doing? Can you hear me, Mr. Vick?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us in the midst of your schedule. I appreciate it, and our students in Chicago really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Anytime.
I'm gonna introduce you right quick, and then to be as time efficient with in respect to your schedule. Afterwards, we'll jump straight into Q&A to be as time effective as possible. Definitely.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So joining us today, we have a special guest with our community from Thornwood High School, William W. Carter School of Excellence, Jesse White Learning Academy, District 152 and a half. Joining us today is the greatest student athlete in the proud 125-year legacy of Newport News, Virginia, sorry AI. After leading his hometown Virginia Tech Hokies to the Sugar Bowl, this trailblazing QB became the #1 overall pick in the 2001 NFL Draft, was a four-time NFL Pro Bowler, all-time NFL leader in yards per carry, and NFL all-time leader in QB rushing yards throughout his illustrious 13-year NFL career. Just like Gloria Estefan's throwback hit, Get on Your Feet, Chicago, get on your feet for future. We're speaking this into existence, Mr. Vick. Future NFL Hall of Famer and first ballot Hall of Fame mentor, humanitarian, and shout out to Warwick High School Raiders, Mr. Michael Vick.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Great introduction.
No, thank you. Thank you so very much. Also assisting with the students' questions today is our SCJR news correspondent Sierra Evans, who is a most recent HBCU graduate of Morgan State University, and Jennifer Martin, honor roll student from Ivy League's Cornell University, to assist with our students' inquiries. So thank you once again. We're so humbled by your presence. You are to this very second considered such a huge role model to our young folks here in Chicago, and who aspire to become the next Michael Vick as student athletes and as humanitarians.
Yes.
So so my first question is, when was the last time you've been to Chicago?
The last time I've been to Chicago, let me see. It was a couple years ago. The NFL and Madden did this big collaboration. It was all forms of entertainment. I want to say it was 2 years ago, the start of, it was September 2019. And I came out there, they had a nice little event. I think they kind of kicked off the season out in Chicago. The NFL did.
The Packers.
Yeah, against the Packers.
Yeah,
so I was there. Yeah, I was there doing an event with Madden, and it was Ocho Cinco and G Herbo and a bunch of guys came through. You know, shout out to man, it was a couple rappers that was there.
Lil Durk.
Lil Durk. I think Lil Yachty came. So yeah, it was a nice.
I think
event.
Chance was there too.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it was a dope event, man. So that was the last time I was in Chicago, and every time I'm in Chicago, it's always love, and I always got to make sure I get that pizza.
Absolutely,
that deep dish.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Let us know when you and your family are next in Chicago. We got you on the Lou Malnati's, the Giordano's deep dish, cheese and sausage.
Absolutely.
So let us know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hold on one moment. I'm going to pass the microphone to Jennifer Martin. As I stated before, she is our SCJ, our news correspondent, and she has a couple of questions on behalf of our Chicago students.
Nice.
Take it away, Miss Martin, representing the Big Red. Cornell.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi, it's really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
For my
you.
question, yeah, I just wanted to ask, I guess, about your experience growing up in Virginia and any advice you would have for kids that grew up with a similar experience or, any inner city environment that they can, take to avoid peer pressure or just grow with.
Yeah. So I grew up in Newport News, Virginia, which was, a really cool experience when I look back on my childhood and, how much I learned, how much I kind of consumed in terms of knowledge in my environment. It was a lot going on around me. It was, violence, gang violence, drugs. It was sports activities. It was, recreational. It was a lot of things that, could, make you focus whether it's positive or negative. And, I always tried to find the positives. I always tried to, hang out with the right crowd, hang out with the friends who like to do the things that I like to do: basketball, football, baseball, anything recreational. Of course, that was, all sorts of other influences in the neighborhood, negative that, selling drugs, stealing, gangs. And I tried to stay away from that. We all tried to stay away from that. And, just growing up in those environments, I learned, how to do the right thing. But it was hard because it was so many outside influences, so many negative influences, more than positive, that you fall into the trap of doing negative things, So, I chose to be my own person. I had a dream. I wanted to play in the National Football League. I knew that the only way I could do that was by trying 95% of the time to do the right thing, because it's easy to do the wrong thing and it's hard to do the right thing. And I chose to do the right thing. That's staying committed to school, listening to my parents, and, staying focused on my dream and my goal. And that was making it to the NFL by any means necessary.
Oh, yeah, I really love that. And you spoke a lot about, positive influences and letting that keep you grounded and motivated in what you're doing. And so that was going to be a lot of my next question, which you answered a lot of overcoming those odds by, finding your dream and knowing that if you stick to it, you can achieve it. So.
Yeah, and a dream is a dream, I can remember being, 6 years old and telling my grandmother that I wanted to play football. I liked the way the helmets looked. I thought it was a cool sport. I did it in the neighborhood with my friends. And, I was really good at it. I practiced at it a little more than them. They, we would play a game or two and then they would just go off into other things. I would come in the house and watch football, college football, NFL football. So my mind was always consumed in what it took to accomplish the dream. So it was a really cool experience now being a grown man and being able to look back and lived it all out. It was amazing. And I wish, more kids could dream. And I don't wish that. I know that they can. And I know that they can accomplish their dreams because all you have to do is just stick to it.
Really staying committed to that dream.
Staying
definitely.
Committed. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Ms. Martin. And Ms. Martin is also the CEO of the top girls mentoring organization in the city of Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Beauty and Brains organization.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You know, that's something that a lot of people can't say. You know, that's an amazing role, and obviously it's going to take a lot of leadership, but you know, brains and beauty, you know, it lies within you. That's what's up.
Exactly. That's what we like
That's
to say.
what's up.
So
Yeah.
everybody has it. So,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Miss Evans, most recent HBCU graduate from Morgan State University, Go Bears, has a couple of questions on behalf of the students as well. Take it away, Miss Evans. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Thank you. And hello. For starters, thank you so much for speaking with us. As soon as I told my friends, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be interviewing Michael. They're like, oh my God, he's the game changer for Black men. I'm like, oh, tell me more. So it was great to really hear about you and hear what people say about you, especially in terms of, I guess, you being all around as a quarterback. They said there were multiple things that you all did, and most people, like, they would just be like a passer or something that they said, and it made me want to watch.
Change the game.
There you
Change
go.
the game in a short. Yes.
The Michael Vick experience.
You're right. Correct.
I was like, oh my God, let me watch YouTube clips and everything. So I'm a fan. It was great to. But a question for you would probably be, what are your thoughts on the Bears drafting Justin Fields?
That's a great question. I didn't expect that, but you know, it's right down my alley. I will say that. You know, I thought it was a great pick. If you look at the history of the Chicago Bears, you can't really say that there was always a quarterback who was there who had a long tenure, a quarterback who was the franchise guy. Obviously, they had some guys who came and went who played consistent enough. The Bears are known for good defense, but not known for having a consistent quarterback that's a franchise quarterback. And I think drafting Justin Fields showed that, you know, the tides are turning. The organization is looking to draft a quarterback that can be there for the next 15 years. Now, obviously, it's up to Justin to make sure that, you know, he's there for the next 15 years. That's all predicated on your play. But for the city of Chicago, I think it's a great thing. Chicago has a great defense now. All they need is some offense. Justin Fields is the man who can get it done. And I'm a big fan, and I'm a good friend of Coach Matt Nagy. And I like what he's been able to bring to the team as far as building culture. Now they just got to take it one step further. So I think Justin Fields could be the answer for the Chicago Bears.
Coming from you, I now have hope. Me watching on the sidelines, a little rocky, but after you said that little two-piece, okay,
yeah, feel good about it.
I'm gonna feel good about it.
Feel good about it.
So, and now I'm gonna remember that when I'm watching the Bears game. I remember what you told.
Yeah, remember our conversation. Remember what I said, and as you watch Justin, you know, as you cheer him on, think about the things that he need to be doing right.
Okay.
High expectations.
That I will. And what advice do you have for high school seniors who are student athletes getting prepared for college? I noticed you speaking earlier and you saying after you would play football outside, you'll go back inside and you'll rewatch those videos from college. So what are some advice other than that you would give to the students?
Well, I would say this, you know, as you, you know, move towards your graduation and taking that next step, going to college, you have to understand that life is going to get a bit more serious. It's going to be more obligation. You're going to have to be, you know, more assertive, you know, in the things that you're trying to accomplish. And also, you know, some responsibility. You know, going to college is not an easy thing. You know, people always say college are the best days of your life. Yes, outside of handling your business. When I went to college, you know, it was more so about, you know, learning about the culture of the campus and how to maneuver around campus, how to juggle my schoolwork versus, playing football, which took up a lot of time. So most important is making sure that you take time to handle your responsibility, handle your handle. I always say that, the things that are most important. You're there to graduate. You're there to 4 years, get a degree, and then start planning out your life's next move. So as you make that jump, knowing that the responsibility part, has to take precedent. It's up to you to finish those 4 years at your pace and not get caught up in all the outside distractions. It's gonna be the best times of your life, but you gotta make sure that you stay focused on the reasons why you're there, and that's to get an education.
Thank you. Handle your handle. I hope y'all wrote it down.
Handle your handle. Yes.
So thank you so much for that. This is my final and last question because I know we want to be time considerate. Is it true that your wife is an iconic fashion designer? That would be my first part. Oh, that's amazing to hear.
Yes, she is. You know what? I told her the other day, and it kind of hit me because we was out somewhere and she was trying to put on this extravagant dress, and I'm like, we just going to dinner, a birthday dinner. And it kind of hit me that she was really into fashion. She's really into fashion, and that's kind of her thing. It's kind of cute, and I don't knock it. So it's all good. It's all good.
Love to hear that. It's kind of that was definitely a man response. It was great. We're coming HBCU Scholarship Drive Runway Show next month with SCJR Productions with Mr. Coleman, the best person on earth.
Nice.
And if she wanted to work hand in hand and do a few looks for our HBCU students, that would be amazing. So just let us know. You don't have to give us an answer today. Talk it over.
No, I'll give you an answer right now. Look, she graduated from an HBCU. She graduated from Hampton University. So she would be more than glad to. I think that'll be a great opportunity. I think y'all should take her up on that. I'll remind her of that today, and we'll coordinate it. We'll put it together.
Well, thank you so much. That means I hope to see you again. You should be there watching the show then because you're going to have to support your wife.
Yeah. That was good. Good.
You very much.
No doubt.
And thank you with me.
Absolutely. Anytime.
The next couple of questions that we have, because I know we want to be as time economic as possible. Any advice that you can give our students that's on the call right now from Jesse White Learning Academy, William Carter School of Excellence, and the Thornwood High School Thunderbirds football team members about how important it is to stay locked in and stay mentally focused on the business at hand, which is preparing for the upcoming season. It's a lot of distractions. As you know, back in your high school days, a lot of distractions during the summertime when it's 90 degrees, 100 degrees, hot, humid, and just staying focused on the upcoming football season. Proper workout regimens, preparation, 2-a-days sometimes, in heat. And how can you tell our students that's on the call right now the importance of staying locked in as a team, because being, not just being on the football team, but any sport, training as a student athlete, especially during these summer months.
Yeah, I would say this, just keep that edge, that competitive edge and that will to win, because this is the thing, you never know what your opponents are doing. Your opponents can be off somewhere training 24/7. They can be training 5 hours a day. They can be training 8 hours a day. Trust your process. Your preparation is everything. Making sure your body is strong, making sure your mind is strong. And it's all about confidence. And when I think about, football teams, and I think about, everybody that has to play a part, everybody has to be a leader in their own right, and I think now is the time to work on your leadership skills. Now is the time to come together, work together, train together, just build that relationship amongst one another so you can trust one another when it comes down to it. But I always looked at it like this. I never trust what my opponents are doing. Don't know what they're doing, don't care. But they could be off somewhere training to beat me. So I got to make sure I'm training to beat them. So while you have this time, this downtime, make sure you're putting in a little bit of extra work.
Mhm.
Not a little bit, a lot. A lot of extra work.
And in closing, I always remember what Kobe Bryant, what the late man, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant said in an interview a few years ago. It was after a championship, one of their three-peat championships when he was on the team with Shaq, and they had just won the championship. I think it was against the old New Jersey Nets with Jason Kidd and all of them.
Yeah.
When they swept the Nets, and while everyone else was like celebrating, vacationing, all of that, the day after, he was at the Staples Center like working out, like 8 hours in the gym, like lifting weights, putting up 500 shots. And someone asked him, "You just won the championship. Why are you in the gym the next day? The playoffs, the NBA Finals is over. Y'all won." And he said, and he was quick in his turnaround. He said, this was when the Sacramento Kings were going well with C-Webb, Pages, White Chocolate, and then Portland had Rasheed Wallace and those guys. And he was like, those guys are working out right now. I'm focused on beating those guys for next year.
Exactly.
I don't care what anyone else is saying.
Exactly.
So that's a perfect example to what you're saying. You never know who is looking, who is watching, who is trying to get that competitive edge over you.
Yep. And that was always, something that I paid attention to. And when you reference Kobe, he made more shots than everybody that you just named. And while those guys were in the off season, probably playing pickup 2 to 3 times a week, Kobe playing 5 days a week and shooting maybe 1,000 more jump shots than him. So naturally, when he get in the game situation or some type of game simulation, it's gonna work for him. He can trust, the foundation that he's built. He can trust his jump shot. He can trust everything that comes along with, the game that he's being able to build. So hard work, preparation means everything. You got to outwork your opponents. You got to outwork them when they sleep, and you got to be up getting it in and putting in that work. And that's the only way you're gonna get the best out of yourself. I know it because I lived it, I did it, and preparation meant everything.
And on behalf of SCJ, our educational initiative, and all of our wonderful Chicago high school students, our CPS alumni that are current HBCU students, we want to present you with our Chicago High School Honorary Teacher for the Day Award.
Yes.
So we're gonna call you Professor Vick instead of Mr. Vick. Professor
I will gladly accept.
Because without you even knowing, and I know you're not from Chicago, you just don't know the huge impact that you've had on our youth here in the city of Chicago. Not only on the field, but your humanitarian efforts off the field has spoken volumes about your big heart, and has been a constant reminder and a constant inspiration to our Chicago youth. So that's why we want to present you with our Chicago High School Honorary Teacher for the Day Award. And like I said before, the next time you're in Chicago, we got you on the Aurelios, the Lou Malnati's, the Giordano's, the whole nine.
I love the Chicago culture, man. I love the people out there, man. It's always a great time when I come to the city. Never beat the Bears there, but that's a story for another day.
Oh my goodness. Oh, man. Before you go, Amari Kendall, honor roll student at HBCU's Morehouse College. Go Maroon. Is a huge fan of yours, and he just wanted to give you a shout out, Mr. Kendall.
Do you
Like
think?
I said, I appreciate you, Mr. Introducer. Mr. Vick, it's been an honor for you to give these great advice to all these youth, because they do need some people of our color to give back to them. Because of us don't get that same reciprocation over years. So I'm appreciate you take time out your day to really talk to us and really give that knowledge to other people, so we go tell other people, because that's how we grow and grow as a unit. So I really do appreciate you.
Yeah. First of all, a nice background you got right there, man. And you know, the policy and the motto I live by, man, is each one teach one. You know, if we can continue to do that, our generations to come are gonna be far better than us, man. That's all we can ask for.
Amen. Before you go, who is your pick? I know you're a huge basketball fan, and I know you used to ball out with the answer Allen Iverson back home in Virginia.
Yeah, that's my boy.
So what are your thoughts briefly on the craziness of yesterday, those two upsets, and who's gonna win the NBA final? Who's gonna be the NBA?
Yeah,
champion?
man. It's crazy, man. I like the fact that it's very competitive right now. I'm a big time basketball fan. AI is my boy. That's my right hand man. That's big bro. So follow his career. Obviously became a Sixers fan. Then to go be able to play in Philadelphia and watch the Sixers was pretty cool. But by nature, and I'm a Pacers fan. Let me just say that. I've been a Pacers fan since '90. Rick Smith and Dale Davis and Reggie Miller,
the Davis
Travis
boys.
Best and the boys, you know, Jalen Rose. Shout out to Jalen. Yeah, those was my homies. Still my team to this day. But right now, I think Brooklyn gonna win it. I mean, Kyrie's crazy. KD, that's my guy. And James Harden, he's just on another level. So whenever he get back, man, it's gonna be turmoil for the league. But it's fun watching these guys put in that work right now. I will say that.
Yeah, definitely. One quick question. Who is your favorite QB to go up against? Your favorite competitor?
My favorite QB to compete against, man, that's a good question. I would say Donovan McNabb.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Donovan. Our styles were similar. We kind of look the same.
I'm repping the school.
Yeah, no doubt. You repping the Cuse, you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to go to Syracuse, but I didn't want to intrude on his legacy. It was fresh. You know, he was just leaving. I wanted to create my own, but I did take a visit to Syracuse, and Donovan was my host. And I'm glad we both played in the NFC and was able to battle it out year after year, man. And I learned a lot from him. He's a great person, a great individual, and had a fun time competing against him.
Oh, wow, man. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Vick. Don't forget to circle back with your wonderful wife.
We'll make that happen. No, that's a done deal. That's a done deal.
Okay, absolutely.
We'll put that together.
Okay, cool. Oh, did you have one last thing to say, Ms. Martin?
Nope, just thank you for your time. We appreciate, our we do stuff for young Black girls, but young Black men need this as well. So we really appreciate it, and it's really impactful. So that was all.
Keep up the good work. You do that.
Thank
keep up the good work, and y'all keep smiling.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you so much for everything.
Y'all be good. Hit me if y'all need me.
All right, absolutely.
Stand by. All right.